It may be all smiles for these teens dancing in downtown Philadelphia, but just steps away in this courthouse, the trial of 72-year-old late-term abortion doctor Kermit Gosnell has driven many to anger and tears.
It's really the first time that an African-American abortionist in an African-American neighborhood was preying on his own people for profit.
Gosnell faces the death penalty, one in the death of a 41-year-old woman who overdosed while in his care, the others for killing babies by cutting their spines with scissors after they reportedly had been born alive. Past patients describe his now shuttered abortion clinic as a house of horrors.
And I remember just walking through and looking, and I seen some women that looked half dead.
In reviewing the case, grand jury members said it was a failure to report and enforce broken violations that led to the clinic's deplorable conditions, including blood-stained furniture and walls, unsterilized medical equipment that spread venereal diseases, and fetal remains stored in paper bags and plastic jugs.
We are looking at a killing field of human beings, because one person and a lot of people didn't have the courage to go ahead and follow up and make sure that there were safe conditions in that abortion clinic.
Dannenfelser and others blame former Pennsylvania Governor Tom Ridge, a pro-choice Republican, for ending clinic inspections in the 90s.
Unless you are a pro-life governor, you're probably not going to have the backbone and the courage to go ahead and enforce the regulations as they're put on the books.
She and others don't limit the blame to state and city authorities. Critics point out the media have dropped the ball, too.
I've been doing this for 25 years, and I don't recall any big league media, mainstream media, ever being shamed into doing a story.
Hardly any major news outlets covered the case, but then a liberal commentator railed against reporters in this USA Today column for originally failing to cover Gosnell's trial. J.D. Mullane writes for the Bucks County Courier-Times and has been described as the lone reporter at the trial from the beginning. He believes the case and the grand jury's report has the potential to reshape the national debate over abortion. CBN News first reported on the grand jury's findings back in February 2011.
I am convinced that if only half of what is in that report were known to the American public, given coverage by, the mainstream media, especially the TV networks, Roe versus Wade and the unfettered right to an abortion would be as vigorously debated in America as the Second Amendment is after the Sandy Hook Elementary School massacre. I'm convinced of it. It is that bad.
But not bad enough for the White House to weigh in. When asked about President Obama's opinion earlier this week, Press Secretary Jay Carney said the president was aware of the case and does not and cannot take a position on an ongoing trial. John Jessup, CBN News, Philadelphia.